It's Thursday, December 8th, 2022. Things I'm grateful for in my local area is the ability to learn. Um, there was an invitation to an online Zoom, whatever, um, where they spoke on the Christmas story in a way that I have not heard before. Something about an infancy narrative. Again, these are such, I want to say, foreign concepts for me. It's not, I mean, now it's being brought forth to my attention with this use of secular vocabulary. Um, but it's been held from my whatever. It brings a little bit more in purview, in peripheral sight, really, um, where at times there's such tunnel vision, but now some peripheral sight is being added. From the ancient world, I suppose, into the more modern, I don't have a word for it. Person who was speaking, he even broke it down to the divinity in Latin as opposed to theology in Greek, which I was like, whoa. The theoretical. It was about Catalayan medallions and the Salerno ivories, which I was like, In there, though, it speaks on dream and about the Magi and star are lost. And then it has the origin of Alexandria. I have some numbers I took notes on, but that's Munich, the Bavarian State Library, which just makes so much more sense that Prussia and Bavaria were fighting, which at the time when I was 16, a local messenger arrived. I might have even been 15 at the time. There's some general massacre, it's saying. Then there's some mention of the child overwhelming Egypt. There's some appointment by Anthony Octavia. Act, but a different act. Then they mentioned something. I don't know what midrash is. There's a new word completely. All these people have all these pieces, but it's not like a episode of Law and Order. And then there's all of those. But again, I have faith in there's infancy narrative. And that is what the infantry, mon enfant, les enfants, at tribal level. And then this man who is speaking also, like, I don't know, this, he said he's Ireland, and he was sent by the Vatican. And he made it seem like the French were whatever. And I'm like, oh, but he was Irish. And he had two very specific names. And I'm like, right, that makes sense. But I didn't realize the French thing. But I think that he was just following what he was told, in whatever council he was in. And I really don't know how any of that works. But I'm so far removed behind a different veil within this system. But pieces make sense of what predestined, known, gestational, like Magi star, which is like enunciated before they arrive in preparation for it. But then what comes when the enunciation of it causes destruction of other whatever. So it is like having the Magi Star King in this, for me, I call it a vacuum of time and space. So that opens up the possibility for a time capsule in order to explain stages of when it was preventable, and then when it went into some other degradist state, somewhere between state of the art. Not yet. You gotta bring. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. At certain level area, there's the knowing of the predestined star children and star whatever, and the lines in the family, and so on and so forth. And then there's those that are held behind a veil that don't know what the war or what the fighting is over. But they arrive. These specially woven children in cosmic material. So I don't understand how they could allow, at this level of pronunciation, something like a graduate study or a research and development project to take precedence over some arrival of something so important, because there's energy points in the universe that are twice the size of the others on just a cosmological, astronomical interpretation of just blank, dark canvas with points of light. There are points of light, and then there's a double point of light. And that double point of light is the arrival of a star destined. It comes as an anatomical feature that then gives rise to another. And that's the feature that I was enunciated before I arrived, and then before Alexander was born. And in my youth, I was trying to catch something between my wake and my dream cycle, because when I went to dream in like an REM kind of a way, I was where I wanted to be and with whom I needed to be. And it was like tasked missions to try to fix whatever we needed to fix. For then when I got thrown back into this wake cycle amongst these humans looking this way, because in dream cycle, wherever it went, in some part of the galaxy machine, whatever words, like I would try to explain it to like my aunt, but I was having trouble with the words because the words we use as humans was not necessarily explaining the world from the great beyond that I would able to dream and throw myself into to prepare for this very special child I was going to have. So that happened. So it's star 1978, star 8378.